Well, you know, like so many car enthusiasts, we remember every car we've owned. And State Farm, the guys at the State Farm garage and at the corporate headquarters and everywhere, State Farm's been protecting our cars and the memories that they have helped us make for almost 100 years. And right now, we're going to check in with Steven for this edition of State Farm, or Bill Stevens rather, for this edition of State Farm Tread Talks. Bill?
Thanks for clearing that up, Scott.
Sorry, partner.
This is a 1965 Chevy Impala with a 396 4¼ horse big block engine in it. And whenever I look at one of these 65 Impalas with a 396, I remember 1970. That was the year that I drove my friend Harry Wilkins' 1965 Impala with a 396 4¼ horse engine. I was only 21 years old at the time. I hadn't even owned a really cool car up until then, just a bunch of clunkers. And Harry actually very graciously invited me to drive his Impala one day. And I have to tell you that after all these years of all the fast, cool cars I've owned, that Impala was the first fast car that I ever got to drive, and it took my breath away. Not only 425 horsepower, but 456 gears with a 4-speed. If you banged a shift at the red line, the clutch pedal would stick to the floor from the centrifugal force of the clutch itself. It was a very cool car, and now every time I look at a 65 Impala, especially one like this with a big block engine, I think back to those glory days back in 1970 when I was first introduced to real street horsepower. And that is our State Farm Tread Talks.
Great subject matter, Bill. We've talked already about the really good selection of Impala Super Sports here in Seattle.